Well, another game rained off. Brisbane is otherwise known as a sunshine state. Apparently, it receives 283 days of good sunshine. Today was not one of those. The game is washed off and the series ends with India winning it 2-1. This is all the cricket we saw. 4.5 overs. Shubman Gill looked very good. A couple of cracking cover drives, 29 not out. Abhishek Sharma touch lucky as well. Two reprieves for him, 23 not out. No result due to rain. The series finishes with India winning 2-1. You're watching Cricbuzz Live with Mr. Bhattacharjya and Mr. Bhogle, who have only been talking cricket. No Bollywood gossip, nothing else.
No, Mr. Batavia, no. Brisbane was the first place I went to when I first went to Australia. I must have been, 15, 16, 17 times, I don't know. But the first place I went to was Brisbane, and I loved it because they grow mangoes in Brisbane. And the weather is always bright, a little muggy. Closest you can get to Mumbai, since you mentioned sunshine. One side of Brisbane is the Sunshine Coast, one side of Brisbane is the Gold Coast. So I can understand what you meant when you talked about the great sunshine state, but I've seen the rain come down in Brisbane. And when it rains in Brisbane, it rains like there is no tomorrow.
Apparently they say it's got a great drainage system, but for that the rain has to stop. This is so frustrating for the broadcasters, for the fans. It's not the way you want to see a series.
5 overs, they'll get their money back, I think.
Yeah, they should get their money back. They'll get their money back. Yeah. Game is abandoned, so they should get a refund. But I mean, 5 overs, you got to see some batting. You got to see Shubman showing some form, serious form out there. I mean, you've picked him, so yeah, obviously you have to perform.
He looked like he'd get a big one today.
And Abhishek,
who would believe that he's been a friend for 30 years?
And Dwashus, I mean, I just wanted to tell him once again, what can you think you can catch balls with a moustache like that? Okay. You can't. It's just not possible. That drop was because of the moustache. I'm sure about it.
2 drop catches, that doesn't happen. We will talk about that.
Manish desperately trying to change the topic.
I mean, you cannot have a moustache like that. That's all I'm saying. It's just not allowed.
But this is November, sir. No shave November, chal jata hai.
Look, that is a fully grown moustache.
November,
but November, that moustache is not grown in 5 days, 7 days, 8 days. Not possible.
Well, best moustache in world cricket.
No, it's
ever.
a very long bad habit.
or it's a caterpillar who's been lost on the coast. He just found its way there.
Let's come back to the cricket before he goes to electromagnetism and World War II.
Only Joy can get away with this on any program, I tell you. Nobody else can get away with it.
Okay, before you guys and girls think we've all lost it, we will come back to the cricket now. India World Champions, these are the top 2 sides in world cricket in this format. Boxes tick for India. What are India's key takeaways from this, essentially, effectively 3-match series?
I think one is that the Gill experiment up front, and I think that's working. And whatever it is, Gill gave them one great game, and then the second game again, he was looking really good. I think that's worked for them. I think Varun Chakaravarthy again proved that he can bowl in under any conditions. And again, the rest of it is business as usual. You would have liked to get a little bit more from Surya, but I just like to see, Aksar, the kind of form that he has. And a lot of people say that, can he take that form when you're batting on more difficult surfaces than he does? And he's certainly proved that he can bat anywhere and any time. As for Washington Sundar, again, throw him a chance, give him that much of an opportunity, whether it's in the IPL or the national team, and the national team is kinder to him than the IPL, and he'll perform.
Few takeaways, India?
I loved Washington. What it also told me was you could go to Australia and still play and win with 3 spinners. It just reminds me, when T20 first came up, he said it'll be the graveyard of spinners. Across different stages of the game, spinners always have better economy rates than quicks. So it told me you can go to Australia and still play with 3 spinners. It helps that 2 of them can bat. 2 of them can bat in the top 7. One ends up batting number 8. So that gives a great sense of balance. Sometimes in the longer form of the game, when India travel overseas, you lose the balance to your side. But given the way Akshar and Washington have played here, you can now go and play anywhere in the world and still play your 2 spinners and hopefully find room for Kuldeep, in which case you can play 4. But because those 2 can bat, you're giving room to Varun Chakaravarthy, who I thought had a standout series.
Right, Australia, this is their first T20 series loss in this current T20 World Cup cycle. India remain unbeaten under Sky. But we have to talk about Australia playing at home. They always have players. They come in from the BBL. This series, they didn't have Cummins. Hazelwood played at the start, then moved away. The others came in. Zampa came in later on as well for them to take away.
Travis Head went away.
Yep.
So clearly, this was a very big box office series for Cricket Australia. And you could see the crowds. Virtually every ground was full. So the crowds, it didn't matter. Because they were largely Indian spectators who'd come to watch India play. That's the story all over the world. But this series was always going to be played in the shadow of the Ashes.
Sure.
You can say what you want, but in Australia, in England, the Ashes will always be numero uno. They'll always be number one. So given that, Australia's priority right through the series was the Ashes. So, I mean, Cummins is not playing the first test, but they're never going to take a chance with Cummins over here. Stark has retired to focus on the longer form. Hazelwood, in the form of his life, he is pulled out. Travis Head is pulled out. So you can understand, for Australia, this was, in spite of the great commercial value, another series while they were preparing for the marquee series.
And this is despite them not having any more T20 games before the World Cup. So it's a big call to leave out your big guns.
You know, I think Harsha said it absolutely right, in the sense that they have a disproportionate, and even their press, and because if you look at it, there are three very different audiences you're talking about. One is the people coming in the field, who are mostly Indians, so it doesn't matter. So Cricket Australia is happy, you know, their coffers are ringing, you know. The money anyway is coming from television contracts in India, okay. The second part of it is their media, and their media is, between you and me, for whatever it is, their first priority will be the Ashes. So all the write-ups will be Ashes, this is, you know, how can we...
I think Michael's just tweeted, Michael Vaughan's has gone to Australia, he's just tweeted, saying, look, everyone's talking about the Ashes here. So...
Absolutely.
Right, 8 games on the fixtures. Australia won the ODI series 2-1. The last one, of course, gave us a Roko special to remember for the ages, and India winning 2-1. On this white ball journey, where do you see these two teams? India very much where they have been for the last couple of years, and Australia as well, always a force.
Yeah, I was just looking down that. I think if you had to pick one highlight for the whole series, the critics' choice as well as the popular choice, I think it would go to the Roko game. The critics' choice simply because they played like we know they can play, and they've played for so many years. The popular choice, the emotion riding on those two batting the way they did was always going to be unmatched. So I thought that was the one highlight. But I think sometimes, because in India we are not very good at talking up ourselves generally, it's changing. I don't think we acknowledge how good a T20 side this Indian team is. Joy briefly referred to it in our pre-show, but this is a serious T20 side. And I think it needs to be said, even though we talk about Surya Kumar Yadav's batting, that he's led this team magnificently. Every time there's a situation developing, he will look at trying to win from there. He will take the aggressive option. And I think he's been a fantastic captain.
And they've done this without Hardik Pandya, who's their main man in this format.
Yeah, and they've done it with Hardik Pandya, and the way this team is now constructed, I mean, with the possible exception of Bumrah, who I think is exceptional, but he's also missed quite a bit of this.
Yeah.
I mean, then Arshdeep has played. I mean, we just have, thanks to the IPL, we have 25, 30 terrific cricketers in this format. You know, you could find a second 11, a third Indian 11. You look at it, which will all of them will do well. And therefore, we've been dominant in this form.
Yeah.
And that's why I say that whenever we look at muddles, these things, we tend to forget the fact that we are 26-4. You know, literally that's a record we've been having. And that is a completely crazy record. The numbers are just off the charts. So that's what I'm saying. This is a behemoth. This Indian T20 team is a behemoth. And the fact that they've played so well coming to Australia, because our squad is also a weekend squad. It's not the best squad possible. So both sides are adjusting. I think the Australians have adjusted more, but this is a very, very good Indian team.
Right, and this blockbuster story of the India T20I side has an element of mystery as well. Varun Chakaravarthy is our safe performer of the series, powered by Polycab Wires, India's safe, happy connection. 5 matches, but he's clearly bowled only in 12 overs. And he's take a look at that economy. Varun Chakaravarthy, clearly India's main man, and the mystery continues.
Absolutely, and he's a banker. Just look at those numbers. I mean, strike rate of 14.4, with bowling average, I think his average on economy is what, 6.8, 6.9, under 7. So you're talking about a person who's, and remember one thing, this is a series, this is his first series in Australia?
Yes, first
it is his first series in Australia. So you look at it, I mean, a mystery bowler you'd think will be very useful when the conditions are bit, when the pitch is giving a bit. These are Australian conditions, and he's done so well there. He's led our attack. The first T20 that we won, he's the guy who comes and takes 2 wickets at a crucial stage. So he's really, really performing for you. And I'm just absolutely amazing to see the way that he's developed overall as a player.
If India plays only one spinner, he clearly seems to be the go-to man.
He is, because Akshar can also qualify as a batter.
Sure.
So, clearly between Varun Chakravarthy and Kuldeep Yadav, if you have to play one of the two at the moment in the T20 format, Varun Chakravarthy is higher in the pecking order. India would like to play both of them. Can you imagine India going to a home T20 playing 4 spinners?
Yeah.
And still batting till 8. You'll still bat till 8 with Washington batting at 8. And you can still have Hardik Pandya and Bumrah. So, and Varun just gives that little cutting edge to it.
Yeah.
Because people have studied him so much. I saw him during the England series and nobody could pick his wrong gun. I saw some numbers up. 70% of his wickets are still coming from the wrong gun. In spite of the fact that people have studied him so much, there's something about his delivery that people, in spite of studying him, are not picking him. And now he's a proper, bona fide wicket taker. What I like even more is there's hardly any loose balls that he's bowling.
Yeah.
It's fantastic to have a bowler with that kind of control, but he's also a very studious person. He's fielding a little better.
He is.
Some might say he could only field better, which is very rude.
But he's become much
better.
safer. He's safer. He's a safer.
I saw a couple of saves to his own bowling, which were excellent. And in that interview that he did with GK, magnificent interview with GK, he's talked about batting. He batted ahead of Bumrah. I don't know. Maybe that was because Bumrah must have just gone round the corner for a minute or what. I don't know. But there's so much to like about him. But purely as a cricketer, yes, number one.
As a coach, as a captain, you want a bowler who's happy to bowl in the power play.
No, happy to bowl. That's my point. That he's a banker for you everywhere.
Yeah.
It's safe. You can throw the ball to him. He's bowling the first overs in the power play before Akshar. Then he comes again. He can bowl in the middle for you. He can bowl at the death for you. He's not really giving away bowl this thing at the death as well. He has that ability to bowl at the death. Because if you're going to swing at him, it's either you hit or I hit. You miss, I hit. So I think he's really, really a dependable asset for India at this point in time. And at this point, it's safe to say he's India's number one spin person. I mean, if you pick one spin, it's him.
Yeah,
the
very
great
much.
thing about him and Kuldeep playing together is Varun is happy to bowl the difficult overs. So Varun will bowl late and Varun will bowl 1 or 2 in the power play and Kuldeep will bowl in the middle. So you've got both Varun and Kuldeep in the side bowling at different times. It's a luxury no other team can have.
Always trusted, always safe, always reliable, much like polycab wires. And he seems to have become what perhaps Sir Rashid Khan was 4 years ago. He tends to turn a T20 game into a 16-over affair with his 4 overs. The kind of pressure he puts on the opponent.
I mean, this was not as heavy scoring a series as we thought it would be, but yet to deliver under 7 when you're bowling in the power play and bowling deep is fantastic.
Right, not too long before the IPL teams look at their squads for the next IPL, and clearly KKR fans who are hoping for...
No, why do you have to start with KKR? Just because Joy is here?
Of course, sir. And Varun Chakravarthy.
Okay. I'll allow you that.
Surely the first name on that sheet for Mr. Venki Mysore?
Yeah, please. Okay, don't say sheet because now it's a reverse sheet. This is a first auction after a major auction.
Sure.
So it's the first name that you'll say, this guy is going nowhere.
Correct.
Exactly.
Must have.
Last year you were saying these are the 5 guys who will be in.
And given KKR's track record in the past, that is as important.
Yeah, that's really important because every time all you have to do in Calcutta is walk past somebody and say salt. And
if Varun was an MLA and there was a vote happening in the assembly, he'd been whisked off to Guwahati and locked in a hotel there. Because Guwahati is everyone's favourite place to take MLAs, right?
But clearly, their main man.
No, absolutely their main man. I think definitely he is their main man. At this point in time, Sunil Narayan is, these are guys who you're not even going to think of. I think if you look at it that way in the reverse, I think Venkatesh Iyer would be looking at him and wondering whether he has either he comes back to this team at a lesser price, which I'm sure he also doesn't believe, or, wherever else, whoever else can play. But I think
if I'm Venkatesh Iyer and I've got 23 crores this year, I'm an intelligent man.
Yeah, I'm happy.
He's a chartered accountant. He's done a part chartered accountant, part MBA in finance. If you tell him 2 more years at 10 crores, or 8, 9, 10 crores, he will say, don't change your mind. That's still serious money.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that they will want Venkatesh Iyer back, but they can't afford to keep him at that price. That's my fear.
KKR fans is hoping that somehow Varun stays. Somehow they don't let him.
Oh, no doubt at all.
Yeah, because KKR tends to make a lot of strange changes to their squads. They sometimes overspend, as we've seen. But Varun clearly someone who is paid off with great results. 17 wickets, I've just been told, from Varun in that last season. So he will, and he's also worked on his fitness. Initially, he had trouble with his knee, I think, and
Because he hadn't come through the ranks.
he came through the TNPL, didn't he?
Yeah, but he started at 26 playing. He was playing Division 5,
Yeah.
so he didn't come through the ranks. So his body had not taken all that's required to play at this very highest level. So for him now to start learning at that age and to be relevant now is a great story. And I'll keep saying, I know it might seem like we are plugging GK as one of our own, but you must go and watch that program. I watched that. The first thing I did after watching that was message Varun saying, "Wow, man, what a great story."
Now, since it's going to be T20 IPL season very soon, there are some most wanted names from all the teams. I suppose if you're a talent scout or a team owner, names like Abhishek Sharma and Varun, perhaps among those that are must-have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Players that most teams yearn for.
I mean, absolutely. I think Abhishek Sharma again, and I think what Abhishek has done just now, I mean, crossing the kind of strike rate, Surya Kumar Yadav to get 1,000 runs makes sense. I mean, 540 odd balls. I think he's got in 528 balls. So to get to 1,000 runs at that kind of strike rate is like absolutely amazing. And I think that's the quality of the hitting that you have. And this kid has been in the Indian system for 4-5 years. I mean, he was in the same 2019 World Cup that we got Prithvi Shaw from, Shubman Gill from, all these guys. From them, he got lost in the wilderness, not because he wasn't an incandescent talent, but because he never got enough opportunities. And there were so many others. Now he's got his place in the sun in the last 2-3 years. He's been absolutely spectacular. So Abhishek has been superb.
Yeah.
And the two of the scariest batters in world cricket at the moment.
Yeah. And there's more coming. There's more coming because 10 ODIs to come. But Varun Chakaravarthy clearly has found this happy connection with this format and the Indian team. And he is our safe performer of the series, powered by Polycab Wires, India's safe, happy connection. From the T20s, we move across to the test matches. The red ball format. South Africa will be travelling to India for a 2-match series. Pant and Jurel among the runs in that game against South Africa. Who starts for you?
I'm so happy that Pant came back to bat.
Yeah.
Because he got hit in the stomach, I think, and he got hit on the elbow. You don't want that to happen because for some reason, Pant tends to be in the vicinity of injuries. So you've got to be very careful because Pant is a gem in the red ball game. We talked about Varun Chakaravarthy. Pant is an absolute gem in red ball cricket. Not just as a crowd puller, but as a pure match winner. Now Pant will come back and the only question will be, do you play Jurel as a batter? Because I think clearly, certainly in Indian conditions now, Jurel is your next batter next choice to play as a pure batter. So do you play Jurel at 6 or do you play Nitish Reddy at 6? That's going to be the discussion before the Calcutta test. I mean, at 6, well, when I said 6, it's Jadeja's position. But the choice is whether you play Nitish Reddy or whether you play Jurel. My feeling is that much as you want to invest in Nitish Reddy, you will play the extra batter because that's a very good spin bowling attack that's coming your way.
Yeah.
And you cannot, after what happened with New Zealand, ever take a visiting spin bowling side for granted.
That scar, India will remember that scar. Using
that series loss, which was so unexpected, that entire World Test Championship cycle, how it impacted us, I think it's left a scar in our psyche. And I think we'll never make that mistake again. And I totally agree. I mean, Jurel makes it to the squad just as a batter, just on the sheer consistency, on the sheer volume of runs that he's been given us in the last year. There's no doubt in my mind, absolutely. Jurel and Pant should both play because Pant again is a generational talent in Test cricket. He's a generational talent in Test cricket.
Yeah, also Gautam Gambhir will want to ensure that his Test record continues to get better. As a coach, they won 2 Tests in England and it's now time to win at home as well. 2 Test matches, what are you expecting to see in these 2?
I'm expecting South Africa to be much better than when I saw them in 2019. But they can only be better because that South African side that played in India in 2019 was wearing South African colours. That was the only South African thing about them. And it pained me because you look at South Africa and whether they're playing against India or they're playing anyone else, the thing you know for certain is that you're in a contest when you're playing South Africa.
Yeah.
And I did not see a contest on a single day of the Test series. I'm hoping to see a contest here. And I have little doubt because they've got some players who are really emerging. Ryan Rickleton's emerging as a good player. Aidan Markram's played an amazing 100 in the Test Championship final. Tony Dezorsi has just had a great tour of Pakistan. The Brevises and the Stubbs are just coming along. Stubbs may be higher than Brevis at this stage. And they've got 3 quality spinners, 2 of whom bat. There's Rabada and Jansen. And the one wicketkeeper who we don't talk about, but who's always there on the score sheet, scoring runs and taking catches, Kyle Verreynne. So I think it's a good side. I just like to see how they play in conditions where the ball might turn a little bit.
And India is wise enough to respect them. They are the World Test champions, South Africa.
Absolutely. They're World Test Championships. I think, Harsha's got it absolutely right. This is a far more balanced squad. And you can't prepare pitches for them right now. Because you prepare a pitch that's ball really comes on. They have the fast bowling to exploit it. You pair a pitch where the spinners are there, Maharaj and company are going to give you a lot of trouble under those conditions. So you've got to play them straight up. You've got to play them honest, as they say. You can't turn to one or the other. I think the real challenge will be the batting. That do they have the batters to bat out 90 overs, 100 overs, 110 overs to put the kind of totals that put India under pressure? If there's any doubt I have, that's a doubt I have because, other than Markram, consistently scoring a lot of runs. None of the South African other batters have that kind of pedigree at this point in time. Yeah. If you look at this Indian lineup, the kind of runs and the kind of wins these batters have given you, it's a much, much more experienced batting lineup. So I think that's where the game will be decided if it is decided in India's favour. But the bowling, they match right up to us.
While that test series is about a week away, the T20 World Cup starts in about 3 months from now. And earlier in the day, we asked our experts to give us their World Cup squads, their India World Cup squad. One did not pick Shubman Gill, the other did. And we also asked you guys and girls to send us your squads, and we've got a couple of good ones. Let's show you a couple of those. Let's bring one up. I believe one of those doesn't have Shubman Gill in the lineup. Adrish Sen. All Bengalis think alike.
Yeah, that's the difference between, I think...
He's got NKR in the squad.
Yeah, the only difference is he's also got Jitesh, which I think I had Pant, he has Jitesh. And he has NKR instead of, I'm trying to figure out who is replaced NKR with.
Instead of
Shivam.
No, he's got Dubey.
He's got the...
Instead of Gill.
Who's there as well?
Yeah,
instead of Gill, he's got the all-rounder.
Yep. Okay, let's bring up the next one then. Very quickly, we've got a couple more to show you. There is one more apart from Adrish Sen. I've been told Prashant, I think, has sent us his entry. He's got Surya, Abhishek, Jaiswal is in this lineup. No Tilak Verma. Interesting.
Interesting. Again, it's an interesting call. That means, I'm wondering who he bats at 3, which means Jaiswal he's looking at as a batter in that number 3.
And Siraj is his third pace bowler.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have somebody else.
He doesn't have Hardik. Oh, he has Hardik. No NKR.
He's got Varun, Akshar,
He doesn't have Kuldeep.
He doesn't have Kuldeep at all. He doesn't have Kuldeep.
Okay, that's a bit surprising. Do we have one more? I think we have one more T20 World Cup squad to look at. Is that... Oh, he's got full name.
Sir, if your name is Naga Subramaniam, then you have to put everyone's full name.
Yeah. Because they're all shorter than his.
He's picked Prasidh Krishna as his third
It's an interesting choice because in the IPL, Prasidh Krishna did well in the middle overs. Yeah. So maybe that's the reason he wants Prasidh Krishna.
Yeah, middle overs enforcer.
But he has Jasprit Bumrah, Arshdeep Singh, Prasidh Krishna. He's got spinner. He has Washington, Akshar, Kuldeep.
No Hardik's there. No Gill.
He doesn't have
Shubman Gill.
He doesn't have Shubman Gill. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Any closing thoughts on how this story is likely to unfold over the next 10 T20 games that India play before the World Cup?
I think India will play these 10 T20 games with the team that is going to play at the World Cup. And it'll be the same squad. I just hope, given it's a longish World Cup, that it's a 16-player squad, not a 15-player squad. Even with the women's team, I thought it should have been a 16-member squad because you don't want to keep chopping and changing and getting players from outside in case there's an injury. Yeah. Sometimes if there's an injury that's going to get a player to miss 3 games, you can carry that player for 3 games, get the player back. And I think given the number of games there are, you're playing 8 or 9 games to win, right?
Yeah,
it's the same format as last time.
Exactly.
9 or 10 games. So I think you should have 16. And I think India should announce 16 and play those 16 for those 10 games.
Within the 11, do you see lesser experimentation as India goes along? Surely at the start of the New Zealand T20 series, India should play their first choice 11 and in the order that they most prefer.
If they're set on the 16, then they might tinker around just a little bit. But I think if they're set on the 16, then the roles will also be very clearly defined. So,
have they seen enough to be able to know what their combo is?
They have more to see, but they have seen enough. I feel the record we've had in the last, there are some things that they will want to check out. Fitness of one player, how is one player particularly doing, but minor, these are, let's put it this way, they don't have engineering to do in it.
Yeah.
This is like servicing, tweaks. So this is going to tweak this, tighten a few bolts, that's it. But I think the basic superstructure is there already.
I think winning the Asia Cup, that was the big thing. They won the Asia Cup playing one way, and I think that is the way they will play in India.
Right, Rishabh Pant, Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj as well will be wondering if they will get a ticket to that T20 World Cup. A lot of cricket to be played, so we'll wait for that conversation. Now, joy factor for today, tricky one, I have no idea. Let's bring it up. Sir, all yours.
Should have chatted about it a little bit more because my first instinct was first and third teammates of a Kolkata franchise, second non-test playing country. I said, there goes Joy again. But he couldn't have repeated his question.
No.
I thought non-test playing country was Ryan Tendushkar.
Yeah, so the loin...
Loins. Go on, Joy, go on.
Loin. लोग मुझे प्राण से रोइन बोलकर पुकारते हैं. It's not Royan, it's actually Sandeep Lamichhane.
Oh.
And it is...
Nepal.
Yes, so it's about getting 50 ODI wickets. So Ajanta Mendes, Sandeep Lamichhane and Ajit Agarkar are the fastest to get.
Yeah, Ajit was the quickest before those two came along.
Before those two came along, and Ajanta Mendes beat him. And Ajanta Mendes actually played, they say 2, but actually 3 seasons. Even the first season, Ajanta Mendes played one game for
KKR, right?
One game he played for
And Ajit started with KKR.
Yeah, 3 years in KKR. Ajit was 3 years in KKR. Sandeep Lamichhane, of course, was the one in the middle. Interesting that to reach 50 wickets without being a test playing country or official ODI playing country is not easy. Because you're only playing World Cups and other tournaments, not that many matches.
I remember Ajit Agarkar, when India went to the World Cup of 99.
Yeah.
That was in England, right? 99 was England. I remember we were all in Hove, where India playing South Africa at Hove. All the South African journos are gathered. They've not seen Ajit Agarkar bowl. He's slim built. He's slim and small built for a fast bowler. And one of them came up to me and said, where's your new fast bowler? He's got all these records. Where's your new fast bowler? And I said, there he is. Ajit's just walking across. They said, no, your fast bowler. I said, no, that's him. I said, just you watch. He slips across 140 very consistently. And Ajit's ODI record we don't give him the credit that he does. It's an outstanding ODI record. Economy rate for those days may be slightly high, but he's got close to 300 wickets.
Yeah. Now we know that's what you get from these joy factor questions. Who got it right? Let's bring up that winner's name so that... all right, Rahul, 60Y9, Crick Pandit, well done. Yeah. And sir, well done to both of you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kis liye?
Itna अच्छा show किया, sir.
Okay. I thought in relation to the joy factor
also
question.
that gyan. Yeah. And there's more coming. South Africa series?
I hope so.
Oh, you're going for the first test match?
Doing the first test match in Kolkata, yes. It's going to be interesting. It'll
get dark.
By 5 o'clock, mid-November, it's already dark.
Yeah, by 4:30 it gets dark.
And guess where they're playing the second test? They're playing it in Guwahati, further east.
7 a.m. starts, sir, first ball.
4:30, it's dark. I've been in Calcutta at 5 o'clock and all the street lights and headlights are on. Because we have just one time zone in India. Can you imagine a flight another 45 minutes to an hour further east? Because I think as you go further east from India, you go east of Bangladesh and you're half an hour ahead. You're half an hour behind. In spite of being further east from Bangladesh. So that's going to be interesting. They'll probably start at 8:30.
The starting times in Guwahati will be interesting.
Yeah, they can't play beyond 4:30. No chance.
No chance.
Yeah. Mr. Bhogle has had a pretty chill time for the last couple of weeks. So it's time he gets back onto multiple flights, about 30 flights in 2 weeks.
Just one up and one down. That's
only?
It. Yes.
Well, you have other things happening also.
That's okay. Everyone doesn't need to know that.
I've just been told he's meeting a really famous footballer in a couple of weeks from now. Who that is, I won't tell you. Find out on his Twitter handle. Also, if you haven't sent him reactions on his T20 World Cup squad, please feel free. You can go to Cricbuzz.
You know what this is, huh?
So just promoting Cricbuzz content, sir. जाके video देखो और react करो.
Yeah, good mood today. Huh?
We are done for the day. Early finish, sadly no result, but India win the series 2-1. Fun content continues to be delivered to all of you on Cricbuzz. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.